So this is part two of a series that I'm doing, trying to create a specific location for one of my cartoons or one of my comic strips. But thought I'd share the process so that in case you are put in a position where you're trying to design your own location or environment or something like that, that you can at least see one approach to doing something like this. Hi, my name is Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 20 years now, and I'm here to empower you. So, in the last video, I did a bunch of silhouettes, and the idea here is just to let happy accidents occur, just putting shapes together, just try to come up with something, because really I didn't have any idea as to what I wanted this thing to look like. I guess it's one of those things where I'd know it when I saw it. And so it's not like any of these designs are necessarily awful or these shapes are horrible, and they all could work depending on what you were looking for. But at the end of the day, the one that really struck my fancy the most was this. So I'm going to take these shapes and I'm going to try to make something out of them. Now, the reason why I do this is just because it's a good place. It just gives you a unique foundation. So that way, it just lets kind of like your subconscious kind of guide you. It's good. The problem is that I've designed a tower. I haven't designed a island, or because it's meant to be floating. So at this point, I'm not gonna think about the actual island itself. Maybe it'll be surrounded by jungle and trees and things like that. Maybe it'll just be on a disc all by itself. I'm not sure. But right now, at least I've got a tower to work off of, and then I can decide whether or not to create an island around it or so. So I'm going to play it by ear. I don't have any real plan as to what to do next. Maybe I'll just do the island shape. I don't know. So let's just, I'm just going to start. I'm going to get this out. I am going to make a copy of this layer. And I am going to delete everything else. So I'm going to take this and kind of have it be my base. And try to make sense out of it. Try to make something out of this thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing here. So, so this is when the all these photos and photo references come in. So, like for example, I should probably make this black so I could see. So for example, very rough, I can say that this is kind of like this area here. I like that notion. So I'm just gonna steal it. I need something a little bit less perfect, or a little bit less that requiring perfection here. So maybe we've got that happening, and we've got this happening here. I really don't know. Maybe there's a statue here. take a look at what else I got here. I want some of these round windows somewhere. So maybe I can put a round window here. So I don't know how big this is for compared to a person. So this window might be enormous. So this is kind of like a collage of elements, you know. I really like the idea of statues. I don't know what this would be. Let's take a look at these real world places and then see if we can find something. Like maybe this. Now I don't want to get too complicated again. I think I'm getting more complicated than I'd really intended to be. And again, I want to add this window, but I don't think this is working here. I want to add a round window somewhere, so it'll be in there. It'll be in there. Darn it, the round window. But I think I'm getting too elaborate now. If I'm going to draw this over and over again, I'd rather not have to do too much work. So I got to start to simplify it a little bit more, make my life a little bit easier. So there's maybe this is going on here, so maybe there's a this will be a window, fancy schmancy window. Let's see. And perhaps another one, but maybe. Maybe it could be like a house thing. Oh, I forgot I had these over here. Keep going all the way to the end here. Yeah, I got stuff here, so I could maybe like this. Like this could be here. So this is like a big window here, and then there's like a little house down here. And I like this shape. I just want to make it something. Well, I don't even know what that is, this thing here. And I like that there's a gap. Just trying to make something out of this. This is just, you know, an exercise, and it's one of those, it's kind of like one of those scribble games where you scribble something and you try to make something out of it. Not quite sure what I want to do with that. This round? Should it be round? Maybe this is the entrance over here. I'm thinking. That's why I've gone quiet. Just trying to muss Trying to figure all that stuff out. I can make this that window circular over here. Maybe I could do this with this here too. Maybe do more to this than just have it hang down. Add a little something in there, I don't know. Again, I have no idea what the scale of this thing is, but the smaller I make the windows, the bigger it gets, right? So if these windows here must be massive. So it must be like an observation tower or something. And this must be something too. This is becoming way too elaborate. This is kind of what I wanted to avoid. So this is kind of the way you go through these gates. There's another side here like that sort of, and then maybe there's a wall like this wall here. Means that there would be another side over here with kind of similar things going on. And the tower just goes down in here into like that. There really isn't anything simple about this, is there? And I really wanted something simple, and I still haven't gotten my round windows. Unless I make all of these round windows. There's an awful lot of areas without any windows. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just scribbling. Kind of looking at these. So there isn't a lot of green here, so maybe I should start like just Just adding trees and shrubs and things. So this is my rough pass of the thing, of the tower, the gray tower so far. I'm going to keep working on it. This takes, obviously this takes a lot of getting used to, a lot of thinking, a lot of, you know, like, because then there's like, you know, maybe there could be this kind of shrubbery and stuff growing on it. Maybe this is all, that's all it is maybe that's what this is supposed to be, is just this green grassy kind of thing. So I'm not sure, I'll have to keep experimenting, but this is kind of the way that I tend to approach this sort of thing. This kind of is looking a little phallic to me. I may have to change it just because of that. I've been trying to avoid that look. It's difficult to avoid that stuff because towers, you know. There, that's better. All right, so I'm going to leave that here, and then I'm just going to spend some time next couple of days just kind of mulling it over, changing, adjusting, simplifying, deciding whether or not I want to keep it or not. But if I do keep the final version will appear in an illustration that I'm working on at the time of this recording, of all the Creative Alchemy girls or women kind of just for the first time all together in one picture, looking off into the horizon, ready to have an adventure, but the gray towers in the background, so floating in the sky. And I didn't have a gray tower, so I just need to come up with one, and this is so far what I got. I may adjust it, I may shrink it, I'm going to have to definitely simplify it. I just kind of don't want to keep drawing this particular tower over and over. Something simple would be best. So I may take the shape again and then give it another go, simplify it a bit more, see what I come up with. But thank you for watching. This is kind of the process. It's not an absolute process. What you're doing is you're discovering, especially if you don't have anything in mind when you're beginning to design something. So thank you for watching, and if you want more videos like this, I encourage you to go over to my Patreon, where you could actually get one-on-one coaching from me, where we just talk about where you're at, and we get you to become better at what you do. But also you support all these free videos that I produce, and on top of that, I do give giveaways. I do PSDs and high-res JPEGs of the stuff like this, and so Patreon members will also get this particular sketch with all my sketches, and so you can see what I come up with on top of all the stuff that I do beyond this point, where I'm going to keep experimenting and adjusting and playing around, and you'll see all that stuff. and you will get the illustration of the Creative Alchemy women as well. So, and I give away free original art there too to patron every month. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.